Got a good video for you guys, as today we're going to be looking at the 2022 postseason bracket. Today I'm going to be filling out my full bracket and I'm going to do my very best to be unbiased. Lots of really good wildcard matchups this year and lots of very good potential matchups, so I'm excited. Now let's get right into this. Alright, so first matchup here we have today is the first wildcard matchup in the American League. This is a really intriguing matchup. Blue Jays powerhouse offense, Mariners powerhouse starting rotation. So this is going to be a clash of two really good teams, and I'm really excited to see the Mariners in the playoffs. They're one of my favorite teams. Like I said, I'm trying to be unbiased with this, but this is going to be a really good matchup. Now, as for the series itself, I have the three-game series, obviously, this year, newly implemented in the wild card. I think it's going to be a very good series, but I have the Mariners taking down the Blue Jays in 3 games. Next wildcard matchup here in the American League, we have the Cleveland Guardians, who have been one of baseball's most surprising teams and one of the teams who always seems to be in the playoffs, and the Tampa Bay Rays, two, again, very good teams, two very low payroll teams, not the most popular teams in baseball, and I seem to like those teams, so I do like this matchup a lot here. I think this is going to be another good matchup here, but I do think the Guardians are going to overpower the Rays, and I have the Guardians sweeping the Rays, winning in 2 games. Moving down to our next wildcard matchup here, we have the Mets, easily and by far the best wildcard team this year, 100-win team, not winning the division. You don't see that very often. Facing off against the Padres, who are a very good team themselves, without a couple of their best players. Tatis, we all know what happened with him. But they're still a really good team, and they're going to put up a good fight. As for the series here, I have the Mets taking down the Padres in 2 games. I think the crowd at Citi Field is going to be electric. I think it's going to be a really just one-sided affair here. I think the Mets are just going to dominate, and I have the Mets winning, as I said, in 2 games. And to our 4th and final wildcard matchup here, I have the St. Louis Cardinals and Philadelphia Phillies. Cardinals, Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, likely the NL MVP, a very exciting team, and the Phillies obviously making the postseason for the first time in 10 years. This is going to be, again, a very good matchup here. I want to pick the Phillies. I do like the Phillies. I love watching Bryce Harper, but I do think the Cardinals are going to take this one in 3 games. I think it's going to go the distance, but I think the Cardinals are just going to slightly out-edge them and advance to the NLDS. Okay, let's see here. So that wraps up our wildcard matchups here. As you can see, the next matchups we have, getting things started off in the ALDS, a divisional matchup, AL West showdown, the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners. This is obviously going to be another good matchup. The Astros, in my eyes, the best team in baseball, a really good team. And the Mariners, a surprising victory, I would say, over the Blue Jays. Not many people, I think, are expecting them to win, but I have them beating them in 3 games. Let's see. So, Astros, Mariners, obviously in the ALDS, we get to 5-game series, and I think the Astros are going to take care of business. I think they're going to sweep the Mariners in 3 games. I just think they're going to overmatch them. They seem to always dominate them, and I think the same can be said about this matchup here. Next up, we have the Cleveland Guardians facing off against the New York Yankees. This is a very good matchup. Might not be the most exciting. Like I said, the Guardians are sort of, you could say, a boring team, I guess. But the Yankees, obviously, New York, one of the biggest markets in baseball, are going to be a really good series to watch. I do think the Yankees are going to prevail, though. I have the Yankees winning in 5 games, so I think the Guardians are going to even it up at 2-2, but I just have the Yankees taking Game 5 and winning this series and moving on to the ALCS. Okay, now getting over to the National League side of things, we have the Dodgers facing off against the Mets. Dodgers, best team in baseball by 5 games. A lot of people do believe they're the best team in baseball for good reason. They're stacked top to bottom. They do have some question marks in their bullpen, but still, outside of that, they're just as a complete of a team as you're going to find. Like I said before, Mets, really, really good team, 100-win team. Unfortunately, didn't win their division. And I've said before that I think the Dodgers, as good as they are, I don't really believe in them to get back to the World Series this year. And I have the Mets taking them down in 4 games. I think the Mets are going to show up and they're going to show out and beat the Dodgers in 4 games to advance to the NLCS. Next up, we have the Cardinals and Braves. This is another intriguing matchup. 2 very evenly matched teams. Braves, obviously World Series champions from last year. Pretty much replaced Freddie Freeman with Matt Olson. So they're still a really, really good team. I think this is going to come down to the wire, but I do have the Braves taking down the Cardinals in 5 games to advance to the NLCS. So now we are going to move on to the championship series here. Obviously, as you can see, I have the Astros-Yankees in the American League and the Mets-Braves in the National League. So let's get things started off here at the top with the Astros and Yankees. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know, but in the championship series, we're going to go on to 7-game series. And the first matchup, like I said, Astros-Yankees. Many people believe that this is going to be the matchup. Obviously, the 2 top seeds, 2 best teams in the American League per se. I think the Astros are going to overmatch the Yankees, though. I have the Astros taking them down in 5 games. I could see the Yankees taking a game, but I think the Astros are going to, for the most part, dominate this series and move on to the World Series. Next up, we have the Mets and Braves, and this is another intriguing matchup. Like, this is a division matchup in the championship series, something you don't see very often, and it's going to be a really exciting matchup here. And I wrote down my predictions on my sheet right here. That's why I keep looking down, and I originally did pick the Braves to win this one in 7, but I'm going to switch my pick here, and instead of the Braves winning in 7, I'm going to go with the Mets in 7. I think the Mets are going to take down the Braves. They're going to be a legit postseason team this year, and I think Edwin Diaz closing down games. They're just loaded with Max Scherzer, Jacob deGrom. The Braves are a really good team. It's going to be an evenly matched series, 7 games at that. But I have the Mets taking them down in 7 games, advancing to the World Series to take on the Houston Astros. So obviously here we have Astros-Mets in the World Series. This is 2 powerhouse teams, 2 teams that probably looking into this postseason, we're going to expect to make deep runs. They're both World Series built. They just have a lot of talent all around on both teams. I think, there's going to be close games throughout, but I do think the Astros are going to take down the Mets in 6 games. The Mets are going to put up a good fight, but I just can't pick anyone over the Astros right now. I'm so big on the Astros, and I have them taking down the Mets in 6 games to win the 2022 World Series. So there you have my full 2022 postseason bracket. Let me know what you guys think down below. Any picks you agree on or disagree on. Also, let me know your World Series matchups down below and who you have winning. I'm curious to see what you guys think as well. As always, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching and continuing to support, and I'll see you next time.